is that guy?
Tune goes, Kev! Game of Thrones is shite!
28 years later it's coming out.
Yeah, that'll be
Couple of years. Coming out right out.
Robert Bolton checking out Miss Massey, our assistant. All in a day's work.
Hey guys, I'm Si. It's Friday. You know what that means. Welcome to Ace Podcast Nation, the home of the revamped and new look Kevin McNaughton Show. It is no longer crazy football. This is Super Kev Unscripted, and this is episode number 7. We are live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. Ace Podcast Nation, as you well know, is home to many other great shows and series featuring top guests, expert analysts and more. So please follow us on social media for more information on upcoming shows and guests. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the bell for notifications, and of course you can download the audio versions of this series and all our other shows at your favourite radio and podcast platform. Super Kev Unscripted is unique and different to all our other shows, as in this series we don't focus on one particular subject or just the guest's career. All the questions and topics are sent by you, the people. Nothing off limits, no censors, no scripts, and probably not one for the wee burns. Not one for the kids, maybe.
The wee burns.
Another Scottish accent. See, my accent
It's horrendous.
Phenomenal.
Getting worse.
People thought that was you talking before you even talked. It was unbelievable, mate. But joining me for the series, as ever, he is a former Scotland international, ex-Aberdeen, Bolton and Cardiff City defender. It is Super Kevin McNaughton. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
Good to be back.
And what are you drinking?
Just having a little gin tonight, just taking it easy.
For a change.
You know, just for a change, you know.
Yeah.
So, why break the habit of a lifetime and go for anything else other than gin?
Red
Oh, you
Stripe
on
for me
the red
tonight.
stripe? Steady away.
Why not? It's Friday, mate. It's Friday, isn't it?
It's Friday.
It is what it is.
This is
Maybe this is the perfect slot for us.
This is a great slot for us because, let's be honest, my midweek drinking habits were getting out of control. So let's just curb it and just push it a wee bit closer to the weekend when it becomes a wee bit more respectable. On a Friday night, it's probably perfect.
Because oh my days,
Thursday, waking up on a Friday morning,
yeah,
hungover was
bad,
not
innit?
great. Can't
It's
lie.
bad.
Was not good.
Straight away, guys coming straight in with super chat. It's got to ask it. Got to always ask the super chats. They always get priority. However, guys, you're gonna have to wait, mate, because before we get into the madness, the
Shut up,
randomness,
guys.
the silliness, yeah, guys, shut the fuck up. So you're gonna have to
Get a
wait,
rest,
mate.
guys. Get a rest, mate. Give us 5
Okay,
minutes.
stop
Get
going
settled
on.
in, eh?
Stop
Give us a wee
going on.
second to just
Jesus
settle into the
Christ.
show. For
Give
Christ's
us
sake.
a minute. Jesus. This is going to be a good one tonight, Friday. I can feel it already, mate. It's going to be a
Friday
cracker.
feeling. I know. It's
But
live.
I do want to just take a minute to talk about an event called The Weekend for Isla. We at Ace Podcast Nation are fully supporting our friends from Away Day Radio who are holding a weekend fundraiser for a little girl called Isla. Isla unfortunately has the same form of cancer that affected little Bradley Lowry. We can all remember how the football community of the UK came together as for one young Sunderland fan, Bradley, as was highlighted by Jermaine Defoe. This event is running from the 12th to the 14th of February to raise awareness and, more importantly, raise as much money as possible in order to get Isla over to Spain for treatment that she desperately needs. She's not only 6 years old yet, and she's already fighting. She's been fighting this for 4 years already, which shows what an incredible little girl she is. And look, me and you both fathers, mate. It's I find it upsetting just talk about. That is the hardest thing I've ever had to read on any of the shows I've done, because with kids and like as a father myself, mate, it just upsets me, mate. And I urge anyone to donate to the link, which I will run intermittently through across the bottom of the screen throughout the show, and of course I'll post it and stuff as well. But we've also got a quick word from Alan from Away Day Apparel.
Morning lads, I'm sure you've seen some videos by now from various other people. You'll be aware that we're collectively trying to raise some money for little Isla, send her over to Spain for some well-needed treatment. She's not very well at the moment. There's an awareness and fundraising weekend planned from 12th to the 14th of February, live and exclusive on Away Day Radio. Please like, share, and most importantly donate to this worthy cause. Let's kick cancer in the balls. All the best, lads. Nice one. Cheers.
Yeah, indeed. Could not have said it better than the big man there. And I urge you all, no matter how small the donation, just donate all you can to the link, which is at the below, and I'll also post it in the comments, and I'm sure someone else will post it. And of course, as well, a welcome to listeners from Away Day Radio, because I know they've posted the link to the show, so we might have some new people join us, my friend.
That's great news. Some
Yes,
more
it
people
is.
to berate.
Yes,
As
more
they
people
come
to
in.
shout at.
Yeah, come on.
Ridicule.
Just keep them coming. More the merrier.
Yes, if you want to be insulted, this is the place.
This is where to come. You come here with your
Absolutely.
bad films and you'll get taken down a
Well,
peg or two.
On the note of bad films, there's no sign of Rob Boyle. He's scared.
Oh,
Run
wow.
away. Run
Wow.
away, mate. Run away.
I don't know what we're going to do tonight. Who's going to be
James-
the next victim?
Just James Costley is still guessing who the guest is for 2 weeks' time on the Andy Campbell show from the show before, which we've just finished. So, come on, get your shows right, James, now, okay? Different
Come on,
show.
James. This is
different
not
feel.
This is different altogether, mate.
This is
Just
not a
keeping it
football
real.
show.
You maybe said what you were drinking tonight. We'll maybe jump on that. But we're not talking about football. Who wants to talk about football, mate? You're here.
Mark says, evening, Kev.
You and the Mark. Good to see you.
Gavin says, no drinking tonight, Kev. Oof.
No, that's just water, mate.
Jeez.
Just water in a wine, a gin glass.
Water topped up with gin. Reese is in the house. Cade is in the house. First time seeing this show. He's a regular on the football show. He's come to
Go
join
on, Cade.
the madness.
Come
that
in,
is,
take a seat,
Super Kev Unscripted.
pour yourself a drink.
Grab a bevvy and get involved. And there's lots of stuff. I'm sure Rob will be in a minute.
Well,
Few
let's
new
hope so.
people.
Because it's not a show
Cade.
without Rob.
Well, that's it, mate. He makes the show. Here he is. He's in. I told you. I knew
Oh.
he'd be here. He's out and about.
Here he is. Well, we're waiting on you, Rob. We've just been sat here waiting on the show starting for you, mate.
Yeah, we've been waiting, like, holding us up, innit? Okay, Charles likes your beard, Kev. That's good.
Thanks, good.
Gavin says that Rob Boyle's got a Facebook ban, so he's on YouTube.
What do you think of size beard?
Well, my beard's phenomenal, mate. Oh, it's the lockdown beard. I'm just glad.
Did you see that there? There's two beards on screen and Cade commented on
He
mine.
only commented on one. It's because he's just been on the other show, so he was like commenting on that.
Was he?
instead.
Oh, I must have missed that.
On the other show, he was telling me constantly, like he said it more than once.
Some
but
beard
for
you've
you-
got there, Si.
Yeah, for you it was just once because just trying to make you feel not left out.
No, thanks. Thanks, kid.
But there we go. It's I just don't know where to start. I suppose we should start with Gaz's super chat because super chats they take the priority.
The worst
And,
hangover I've ever had. Oh,
What's the worst hangover you've ever had?
I've had a couple, really, to be honest with you. Obviously,
This week.
well, yeah, I've had 7 already this week.
Lockdown's been tough.
It's been a tough one, can't lie. No, Magaluf, I'm going to say 2000 and One.
Oof.
I was
That's
in the Magaluf
prime,
airport.
The prime Magaluf years, they are. Oof.
Fell asleep on chair waiting to get my plane, and when I woke up, we got a panic stations up because they were calling my name. But I knew I was going to be sick, so I had to run to the toilet, be sick, sprint to the plane, got on the bus myself, was in the bus sweating, like profusely sweating, and everybody's waiting on the plane for just obviously me, my one person. Came on the plane, there was like a group of all my mates who were way up the back just cheering and clapping. Woo! I just came on this plane white as a ghost, just been sick about 5 times. It's like
nasty.
Oh my god, that's one of the worst experiences I've ever had. Just seeing like pure, the faces nasty. Looking at you as you're walking, like they're sitting there waiting on you, just like looking at you going, oh man, disgusted, totally disgusted.
Yeah, you're holding them up from their holiday to Magaluf.
There's bits of carrots and everything in my face. Oh, it's like
that is rough.
I just curled up in a wee ball. I curled up in a wee ball on that plane, and
just cried yourself to sleep.
Yeah, couldn't sleep on on. Like you get those little jerky things you sometimes get when you're not feeling great. It was like that on the plane. Like trying to get to sleep, but just had the fear.
You just as you're dropping off, boom.
You thought, like you're actually that panicky. You think the plane's going down and everything. You get a wee bit done. So,
oh yes,
so that was a real good one.
Yeah, like obviously I used to drink too much back in the day, and I used to have some issues, and my hangovers were phenomenally bad. They were legendarily bad. Like I was known for it, but I was never sick the next day. I was just rough, and I used to get really bad like panic attacks and shaking and all this shit. And however, last year last year was lockdown, wasn't it? So year before. I went to my in-laws just for a day, took the kids up there, and me and the father-in-law, I decided we're going to stay the night, so I didn't have to drive. So it was like, I'll have a glass of red wine, and like 6 bottles of red wine between us later. I was sleeping, and then the next day, I've never been so sick in all my life, and I'm never sick the next day, and I literally in the in-laws' house as well, which makes it so much worse. In someone else's house.
Yeah, you just got to do it, man.
Not sometimes. Like you want to be at home, don't you? Like eating junk food.
Yeah, you just want to curl up in a ball.
You don't want to be in someone else's house, too sick to drive. Yeah, not great.
I went to Vegas for 3 days. And that flight home. Oh my god, that was hell. Oh,
it's a long one.
Somebody was like chatting. The guy sat next to me was speaking, and I was just like, "Shut up! Don't speak to me."
Yeah,
just what I've just done. My kids are just shush, get out here.
Shut up! Don't speak to me.
Don't speak to me. That's what I did. But I did it to the guy next to me.
Yeah.
So what I've just done to my son there.
Excellent. That's it. The Swansea have just scored a goal, which is no good. So everyone can turn their TV off now and put YouTube on. But Reese Evans says red wine or vodka. He is definitely sick the next day. Whiskey,
red wine's horrendous.
Fine.
Whiskey, oh my god, I want to fight people after whiskey.
It's difficult. It's a difficult one, mate. But I
imagine actually that's what we should do. One no holds barred night. A no holds barred night on this show where I just sit and drink whiskey, and I tell you
like a lock-in.
That will be.
We'll have a lock-in, a whiskey lock-in.
If you tune into that, you better be prepared. And you just keep firing questions at me, and I will be so aggressive. I'll actually could get this show banned. I'm so aggressive with whiskey. Want to fight people? You could just go that, Kev. Oh, that's a nice shirt. What do you think's wrong with it? What do you think's wrong with it? What did you say? I would probably just leave. I'd probably leave mid-show.
Yeah,
just
walk out.
Enough of this. Just
not having you take the piss out of me.
Not take the piss out of my beard. That's what could happen.
Kay Charles says, "Have you ever drunk Henry Weston cider?" He said that'll put hairs on your chest.
Henry Weston cider. That's
the
well-known brand.
One. But ironically, someone else who asked not to be named just private messaged me and said he actually shit himself in Beige Cause the first time he met the in-laws while drinking cider. That is a
Pooped his
monumental. Yes, that's a monumental
It's pretty impressive.
effort. He said,
What
red
did he do,
wine,
though? Did he just,
red
like-
wine is the house only. He said vodka is the work of the devil. But he would like to know your opinion of spiced rum.
I don't mind a bit of spiced rum. I've not had a lot of it in my time, but I will venture into. Mate, I drink everything. Let's be honest. I drink. You know, if there's paraffin going about, then I'll probably have a wee sip of that. Yeah, I've had a wee go at everything, mate. I think I've just settled for gin because this is what keeps me on the steady
Keeps
one.
you level.
A steady drink. And you've seen me drinking a lot of gin and being quite bad,
Yeah.
so you can imagine me on other stuff.
Yeah. What was the Lost Crazy Football episode, which was banned
Yeah, I can't
by
actually
Facebook
remember.
and YouTube,
Can't actually remember what it was
which
like
you
that.
can't remember. I've still got a copy of, which I haven't watched. But
Mate, it's
think,
lost files, mate. We should
yeah,
archive that and just never let
it will.
die light
We'll
of
put
day.
it out. I'll put it out for members only later in the year. But
Struggling to speak by the end of the show, I think.
yeah, it was a messy one. I gotta be honest. But no wonder it got banned by Facebook and YouTube. It was nothing to do with copyright. It was just Super
alcoholism.
Kev you'd had
Profanities.
It was all over. But yeah, it was it's all good, mate. Everyone's got that drink, haven't they? Which sends them a bit.
Yeah, well,
a
mine
bit
is
loopy
whiskey.
and a
I
bit
try
wrong.
to stay away from whiskey. In my younger days, I drank Mary Downs. You remember, like, what's your old school drink you used to go to?
Well, like when I was like 17, 18.
Yeah, when
young,
you were a young pup.
So like when I was drinking on the streets.
Thought you were the top man, you know.
Yeah, when I was dreaming of being
Like
sat in a pub.
swaggering on a bit. Just hope you have a couple of hairs. Just
Was
hope-
probably
pretending
like,
it was a beard.
Yeah, pretending I was drawing the beard on. I
Yeah.
would say probably White Lightning.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic tipple, that is.
Also, there was a wine, Lambrini. That was it.
Oof,
It was just
yeah.
because it came
Do you
in a
remember?
big bottle.
Do you ever remember Thunderbird? I don't know if you ever
Yeah,
experienced Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. And I used to go to Craiger Carnival, which was like a fete or whatever in Craiger, and we used to. I used to buy like Tennent's Super, which is 4 cans of that. We talked about that
stuff.
the other day, didn't we? That we do a
That
show
stuff,
where we
yes.
drink.
Oh,
we drink
wow.
some Tennent's Super
We should do that. We should do a whiskey show and a tenant show. Wow.
and see which one goes worse.
I think they could go, well, could go awry, both of them.
Oh yes. What did I say? Reece said we should do a live show somewhere where everyone can all get drunk together.
Do a wee road show, mate. We should do a little
Yeah,
wee one in
take it on
Cardiff.
the road.
We just,
Take,
we should
yeah,
always do
I
one in
think,
Cardiff, a wee live show where
in a pub.
audience participation.
Indeed, yeah, I think it could be good, mate. You know, I'm sure we'll
So we
sort
can
something
actually
out.
abuse people face to face.
Yes, that's right.
See Rob.
That's
Rob
right.
will be there, and I will throw stuff at him.
Just throw stuff like sit
as
on
soon
the
as Rob
stage,
co-
just throwing cocktail
Occasionally,
sticks
no,
and
what Rob can be there, and
glasses
we'll
and
occasionally ask his opinion on stuff, and
as soon as he speaks,
Then-
throw something in.
we could just say, Rob, just shut up. As soon as he just opens his mouth, just, Rob, what do you think of this? And you go, I'll just, no, shut up, Rob. Rubbish. That's what we'll say.
And
Rob,
what was the other one you
great
said?
to have you.
Buckfast last. That was the one you were on about
Oh
last
no,
time, wasn't it?
Buckfast is like, oh, it's
Rough.
like medicine. Oh, it's, 2020.
Of
There's a
course.
drink of the god. There's a drink of the gods.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
There's a limited
yes.
edition out at the moment. It's a pineapple one. It's delightful.
Oh, I'll have to go.
It's a
have to have a
fine.
look at that.
It's a fine vintage.
Di says gold label. Geraint says Merrydown was a bad one years ago. Don't take no prisoners.
Yes, Merrydown was good. That was one of the early drinkings. Do you ever have a thing called Scrumpy Jack? It was in a big Mad Dog. Yeah.
Yes, now you're talking.
Mad
I used
Dog.
to love that. Love a bit of Scrumpy, mate. I've always liked cider because I used to
Gav.
go and visit. Used to go up to Newport from
Gav
Cardiff on the
was
train.
one of them guys. Gav was one of them guys
Yeah,
who could drink
see.
like the big dogs. He was the
So
hoochie.
he's drinking hooch.
He's one of the hoochie guys.
Bacardi
you know,
breezes.
Like, oh, can I get some breezers? And he drank it with a straw in it as well. I don't want to get my teeth all. Well, I don't want to wake up with sore teeth tomorrow.
Was that Gav's voice? Was
Hooch.
it?
Yes, I don't want to wake up with the sore teeth tomorrow, so I'll drink it with a straw. Okay, Gavin.
Oh yes.
Oh.
So, yes, I used to go. So I used to get a train from Cardiff when I was about 14.
I bet you never
Get
paid
the
either,
train
did you?
from Cardiff to Newport. Probably
You
not,
never
mate.
paid it either.
But I used to go up to meet my grandfather, and he'd meet me at the train station. And he'd just take me to a pub, and just give me pints of cider, like, and he'd be drinking them, and I'd be like feeling rougher and rougher and rougher. It was good. That was my introduction to alcoholism. Was drinking cider with my grandfather.
My first ever drink was
That's
10
good.
Super.
All good, mate. 10 Super.
I got the good stuff early days, you know. So it was always uphill after that, you know.
Yeah.
10 Super is what I started on, so I was like in the relegation zone right away. So there was only one way to go.
Only
after
one
that.
way to go. You were a non-league, and you had to work your way up to the Premier League.
So
to gin.
steadily moved up to gin. Now I'm really punching way above my weight.
Yeah, really going now. I really in my prime I used to love on a Sunday when I was hungover, we would go and play football on Sunday morning and then go to the pub all day, watch the football in the pub, and I used to like snake bite when I had a hangover, so like half lager, half cider with some blackcurrant. That was my hangover drink. That was to
Have
take
you ever
the edge
had
off.
Have you ever had a turbo shandy?
I haven't, but I heard someone else talking about this the other day. What is it?
It's like half a lager with the Smirnoff Ice in it. So that's obviously like it's a shandy, but obviously with there's no lemonade. So
Oof. That is,
I've had
rough.
those were destroyers. I've had a few of them.
Yeah. They're night ruiners, isn't they?
Oh,
They are, like they send it one way or the other.
they are basically good night Vienna. It's like 2020 is a bit like that with me. It's like it's like one of them frying pans off the back of the head, you know, just one of them nights out, you start drinking it, like, I'm good, and the next minute,
yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah,
I don't even feel
somebody comes up to me and goes, go to sleep. Look into my eyes, go to sleep.
Look into my eyes, not around my eyes, into my eyes. So one thing we like to do on Super Kev Unscripted, apart from talk absolute bollocks, is we like to do a giveaway, mate, don't we? We like to give some stuff away.
Yes. We did it last week. Did somebody win last week?
We did, yeah. Someone went. Matthew Angel. I did. I believe.
Well, I've not sent it yet. So that's.
He did, but he messaged me this morning and I said you normally send them out like a couple at a time.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to send it next week. So have you got your pen and paper ready to doodle?
Yes, I've been doing some of our pre-introductory pictures.
Excellent. So what have we got so far?
I've just got a picture of you with that cap on. It's looking
Beautiful.
tremendous. Let's see if
Away Day Apparel. awaydayapparel.co.uk. If you use
the
code AA Podcast Nation, you can get 10% off.
It's pretty much the same picture, isn't it? Really
beautiful. I don't know what's going on with my face.
I don't know, mate. Just you had a coffee. This was when you had a coffee just before show.
I see. He just stumbled.
So we're really wired to the moon there. I forgot to put your specs on as well, sorry.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? But we'll be doing another giveaway this evening of Kev's scribblings, signed of course, and he also sends out a nice print of some of his art.
Yes.
You just got to answer the question which we come up with.
We've not even thought of the question this time, have we? This is how unscripted it is.
We haven't even
make up
discussed
shit
it
as we go along.
That's the way, mate.
I'm going to actually think of a question. Actually, I'm going to ask you a question.
I think it's my turn. It's my turn to think of a question, isn't it? So, I could do that. But
so
if
you're thinking of a question, I give an answer.
Yeah, well, they've got to answer it, haven't they?
No, I think of the answer, and if they get their answer right, then... Is that what we're doing tonight? You ask me a question, I will... Like, you maybe ask me, what's your favourite beer?
Right,
me and you, and I'll say mine, obviously, because mine is better.
Yeah, and whoever guesses what yours is...
Yeah, so that's what it is. So whatever it is, and I will write it down, and then
I'll have a wee think, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, if you do like this cap or this t-shirt, you can visit awaydayapparel.co.uk, use the code AA Podcast Nation, get 10% off all orders. I urge you to visit. They got some lovely t-shirts and polo shirts, caps, all sorts of stuff, proper but real good stuff. I urge you to check them out, have a go, use the code, get involved. Kev.
Yeah.
Should we do some Would You Rathers?
I would love to do that. That's just what I was thinking at this
highlight.
Moment.
It's the highlight.
I was thinking, what I'm missing is a Would You Rather.
Would You Rather. We had a couple sent in this week as well as they were just looking at them. And
it's great to hear.
Would you
Great.
rather be super famous for this podcast or a movie star? But he quantifies it by saying you get
I'm
the
already-
same amount. You get
I'm
the same
already
amount of
super
money.
famous.
Well, you are super famous. That's right,
Well,
because you are Super Kev.
Well,
Well, I'm already famous.
kind of a big deal. right?
Everybody knows who I am. They offer me their wife wherever I go.
People know me.
People know who I am.
Right.
Same. They said they quantified it by saying you get the same amount of money for each, like multi-million pounds. But if you're a movie star, you get more public recognition, like on the level of a Tom Cruise, etc.
Sorry, what? So
Would you rather be super famous for this podcast? So like
for this podcast,
yeah, so like our podcast would go like Joe
right,
Rogan
just
levels
went mental, just so we
Yeah.
just started.
everywhere, like
You know.
yeah, just all over
Okay,
the place.
right. Yes.
Or would you rather be a movie star? You get the same amount of money for each, but the public recognition for
I'd
the
rather
movie
get
star would
drunk.
be different.
I'd rather get drunk with you, Si, every day of the week.
Monday to Friday,
Monday
Super
to
Kev
Friday.
Unscripted.
Unscripted every day.
I reckon though,
That
mate,
ends with
we'd
a
probably
Y.
do it. We'd do it for a year, and then
Oh,
we'd have
mate,
to do the
we
celebrity rehab.
We just we just sitting here, just
But-
counsellors
we-
and that, just chatting to us and stuff.
Yeah. So where did it begin for you? Well, we
Well,
decided
just-
to do a podcast together and get drunk.
And then next thing you know, we're doing it every single day because we're famous. We're getting paid millions for it. It just seemed like a good idea. And then we're just
And-
a couple of alcoholics now.
And yeah, and now I can't get up without having a gin just to get me out of bed.
Yeah, basically with that conversation we just had about hangovers, that will be.
Yeah,
You
that'll
will
be
see
the
this.
daily
You will
occurrence.
see it. You see
Yeah.
it daily.
Well, at least the people would get to see it in action, wouldn't they?
Yes, they will.
To see the deterioration and the fall of Kevin McNaughton.
Oh, no, we never did Kev, Dear Kev. Have we got a Dear Kev this week?
Yeah, I think we have got one. I gotta find
Oh.
it. Yeah, we got two actually. Two dear
I need
Kevs.
to draw the Dear Kevs as well.
Yeah,
this
so
is-
for you, for guys and girls who don't know what the Dear Kev segment is, that is where people write in and they say, "Dear Kev, can you sort out my real life problems?"
Because I am an expert on real life problems.
Indeed, we gave some phenomenal advice last week. But so you'd rather be famous for the podcast, is what you said,
Of
isn't it?
course I would, mate.
Absolutely loyal to the
course I would.
end. Tom Cruise is pricking me.
I know, who wants to be a movie star?
Exactly, that's it, mate. So JD sent one in.
JD?
It's,
Oh, the old
yeah,
JD?
the American or the
Oh,
Welsh
no,
man
no,
living in
no,
America.
no.
It's really dark, mate. Real dark.
See, what is he asked? He said,
So it's
"Should
not
I chop-
actually-
Should I chop the body up into pieces and put it in my garden? Feed it
It's
to
not.
pigs?"
It's not dark. It's disgusting, quite frankly. But
Christ.
so last week I think I
Honest to
censored
God,
this one,
man.
didn't I? Last episode I censored it, didn't I? And I said I know I already did now, but I think I'm going to do it this time. So we're going to go with.
I'm
Would
quite
you
simple.
rather? It's not pleasant, by the way. So if you're eating,
Well, his name's
turn
JD.
away.
If it's JD, then it's never pleasant, really, is it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Would you rather eat curry flavoured poo or poo flavoured curry?
Well, I've never tasted poo before, so I wouldn't. Poo might just be nice, you know. It might just obviously.
Just pretend it's nice.
No, but it might be like excrement might taste nice
Yeah.
because I've never tasted it before. So you just sat there with a curry right in front of you, right? And it is a curry, but it just tastes bad, right? It's just the bad taste. It might taste. Well, I don't know what poo tastes like, so it might taste no bad. I'm gonna say the poo tastes curry because realistically, you're eating shit that tastes like curry. So I'm not eating shit. I'm eating a curry. I'd rather eat a curry that tastes like shite because I've made a few curries that taste like shite in my time. So I'm gonna go with that.
Fair
I've
enough.
been a few curries. I've been and had a few curries that taste like shite. So yes, sticking
Could
with
be
curry.
could also be so spicy that like you wouldn't taste what was in it anyway. And let's face
you
it,
could- let's be
on
honest.
a night
you can pour
out, if
stuff
you've
on
had
it,
like
you
a
can pour stuff on it,
curry or
so-
something, you don't know what the meat's in there anyway, do you? Could be anything.
Well, could be shite in it.
Indeed. Could have already done it. So what does JD know? Already done it,
JD
mate.
did it, mate. Did it last
Done
week.
it. Completed it.
Completed it, pal.
Um,
Last podcast when I was finished steaming. Just went in the fridge, got the dog today a shite on a sandwich, and just ate it. Just thought I'm starving.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That's how I did.
Well, that is rough. Reese David Evans says, would you rather win promotion via the league as champions, or would you go through the playoffs?
Probably go through the playoffs.
Yeah.
Even though it's caused a lot of
The
heartache
stress
in the
and
past.
the pressure,
It's caused a lot of heartache in the past.
but it also gives you that.
Yeah, but yeah, it would
High,
be good.
innit?
It would be good. It would be good.
Would you rather have Rob's taste in films or be English? That's from James Costa.
Oof, gee whiz, man. That is such a...
Moana.
That is one of the
all time.
hardest questions I've ever been asked. That is really up there. That is a great question.
Would you rather think Moana is the
Oh,
best
my
film
God.
ever made?
I can't ever say that.
Be an
I can never
Englishman.
say that. I think I'd rather be born in England. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd never ever say that. But I think
There
I
you
would rather be born in England.
Oof.
My daughter's born in England, so
Yeah, people are not having that would you rather about the curry at all. Not happy
what?
with
They
that.
would eat shite.
No, I just don't think they were happy with the choice.
No, they were just not happy with the question.
Disgusted by JD
Yeah, well, let's
again.
be honest. It's not a great question. It's the Bush Tucker trial, innit?
JD ruins it every time, doesn't he? Spoils
Yep.
it every time.
Oh, they need to draw a jobby now, don't they? I'm trying to get a jobby. Oh, you see?
signed.
A
Where
signed
else would
jobby.
you get a signed
A signed
jobby
jobby
like from
right.
Kevin
I'm
McNaughton?
going to draw a signed job. Right, the signed jobby first. Right, here we go.
See?
Nice.
Wouldn't get it anywhere else.
It's a Mr.
Rob-
Whippy kind of jobby as well.
Ah, there we go. Rob Boyle says, would you rather have a sesh with me or JD? As in him.
Oh, for
So
fuck's
would you
sake.
rather
JD
have a would you
JD would
rather have a
probably kill
drinking
me.
session
Listen,
with JD
as
or
long,
Rob Boyle?
as long as we weren't going to cinema together, then
Yeah.
I would come for a beer with you and listen to your patter. Just keep asking you what kind of films you like, and I'd just get a laugh.
Then start drinking whiskey.
Yeah, start this whiskey and I abuse you.
JD, you'd be worried that like he might you might wake up with a really bad hangover, but like be in like the trunk of his car. Excellent. Where else would you get a signed Kevin McNaughton JD? See, what a
I
special
signed
show
a wee
this is.
jobby. I signed a wee jobby with flies kicking about there as well. Just
So
for
Cage Childs is asking, is this every Friday night or is it just certain days?
Well, it might,
So
this might
we
be the new
normally
slot.
we started off on Tuesdays, then we moved it to
We
Thursday.
took her for
like
a drink on
Thursdays.
Thursday.
Took her for a drink
And
on
we were
Thursday.
making love by Friday.
Friday.
Tell you. And on
And
Saturday
now
and Sunday.
this Friday feels like a good slot for it.
Oh, it's a
Um,
hell of a slot. We just slotted right in there nicely, didn't we?
We've
At
just
half
done
past
it
eight.
nicely. Straight after
It's
the
live.
championship show. Lead
It's
in.
live.
Bang. There we go. But yeah, maybe we'll slot it in.
It's an
'cause
excuse
I
for everybody
normally,
to drink, innit, really? Let's be honest.
yeah,
It's usually us
that's
that
it,
drink,
mate.
but everybody else
Everyone
can
else
get
can
drunk
do it on a Friday.
and start
Indeed.
abusing us. Maybe abusing
Indeed.
us.
That's
Which
it, mate.
is, that's what we're
But
after.
I normally record another show, like on a Friday after the championship show.
You
However,
two-timing bastard.
well, you know, I'm a busy man. However, that might be changing to live on a Saturday anyway. So
Oh, you fucking better, mate. You can't be two-timing
Could
me
all
on my
work
Fridays.
nicely.
That's my slot now. This is my fucking kitchen.
this is
Well,
my
my-
day.
With my shit-flavoured fucking curries, mate. We are going for it tonight.
Kevin is taking Fridays over. No,
That is it.
no
It's
doubt
my
about
slot now,
it.
mate. It's
Yeah,
my
that's
slot.
it. Done.
I am now famous for the slot.
Famous
Tom Cruise.
slots.
Fuck you. We are rocking this, right? We're away again.
With Joe Rogan experience.
Next question.
Nothing on Super Kev Unscripted.
Next
This
question.
time next year, Rodney. Rob Boyle
Would
says,
you rather?
did you hear about the Scottish commentator who got sacked the other day
Yes,
for saying
I heard
jobby
that. Jobby.
on
It's a
air?
great.
That is ridiculous.
It is
Like,
ridiculous.
what was the context? Like, what did he
It
say?
was like, sorry, I went for a wee jobby there. That's why I wasn't speaking for the last 10,
Right.
5 minutes.
Oh, come on, that's stupid.
It's disgusting, isn't it, mate? It's terrible. This is what the world has come to when you can't say jobby on air. I've said jobby about 15 times on air, mate.
You've said jobby about 15 times in the last 60 seconds.
Yes, mate. This is what it's all about. This is
One of
what.
those
This is
words,
what.
though, isn't it?
This is pay-per-view stuff. This is.
So the big man's in the house. He says, would you rather... who's the best person to go on a sesh with?
That's not a would you rather.
It's not, is it?
Alan,
It's got to be an alternative.
It's got to be an alternative. Alan, you don't know the gist of this yet. Would you rather? It's an option you give me.
One's supposed to be worse than the other.
It's not thousands of options. It's just two. You just want this or this, and I will give you my favourite.
If you do have a Dear Kev, you can send them in. If you've got a real life problem that you would like Kevin McNaughton to sort out,
that's why I'm
he will
here.
give you advice.
And that's the only reason I'm here.
He's a man of the people. He is here for the people.
To help.
James
you see
Costley
Dr. Hillary?
says, Dr. Hillary. Yeah.
Have you seen Dr. Hillary?
I know it is, yeah.
It's me gives all the advice to Dr. Hillary about all this other stuff.
Got
you know.
Some real interesting
Oprah
questions, mate.
sometimes messages me, ask me
Ask
what's my
you what to
advice.
do.
Yeah, basically, ask me for advice and stuff. You know.
Steve Wilco. That's the one I sometimes see on Facebook. Clips of that.
Yeah. I think I had an email to him last week asking if I could help out.
So the big man has responded. He says, "Fire extinguisher is a party piece or not?" Oof, cheeky.
What? There's still not two options here. Come on,
It
now.
is fire extinguisher or not. So it is two options,
always a sandy fire extinguisher. Never. Always a fan. Yes, fire extinguisher all the way, Alan.
Oh, tell you what, here's a cracking question from Jack Taylor. He says,
go on then, Jack.
"You know what? Funny enough, we're just going to stop a minute. Last year during lockdown, I found a show on Netflix, as you do, just looking for something to watch, and the main character was called Jack Taylor. It was like an Irish police thing. It's very good. I forget what it's called now. I'll have to have a look. Very good. I wonder if it's the same Jack Taylor.
Sounds good.
But yes, that sounds good. Jack Taylor. That's all the context I've got. He says, "Would you rather replay the Carling Cup final or the FA Cup final?"
FA Cup. Just because I had a chance to score. You're not supposed to tell him.
No, I missed the first bit, so he said that was me.
Ah, right, okay. Was
See,
it?
Jack Taylor,
Right.
police
Yeah, the Carling
detective.
Cup. No, the FA Cup because.
'Cause you should have won that anyway.
I should have scored. Well, I shouldn't have scored. It was a hard chance, but I should have really took it. Caught up you there.
Someone of your talents, mate, should be finishing.
My goal scoring finesse, mate. I should really tucked it away, shouldn't I? Really.
Oh, I just remembered something. So someone sent a comment on the Facebook page yesterday.
How dare they?
When I put this, when I put the link up for the show, and they said during their testimonial, they shouted something at you, and they said they were sure you heard it because you were like belly laughing whilst you were on the pitch. I need to find it now.
What did they say?
In the testimony, something about wives and shagging, I believe, was the
Oh.
gist of it. But anything spring to mind, mate? Do you remember?
I don't know
Remember
if I turned
anyone
around and said.
shouting at you during the?
I think I maybe turned around and said, "Already have, mate." That's maybe what happened. I think
I love it. I
done
do
it,
love
mate. Done it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay, that was the gist of it, like something.
I
Like
can't remember.
Um,
I can't really remember because I'd been drinking about 3 days on the spin, and then we played the game, and that was probably the best game I've ever played in my life. Scored.
Didn't you scored a worldie, didn't you?
Oh mate, I just
On fire.
tucked it away. Tucked it away.
Should have just drunk 3 days on the bounce in preparation for
I just
games.
I went down there, and obviously I met Tomo down there, Stephen Thompson, and obviously us two being Scottish, and you know, kind of getting bored. I thought, we'll just go and we'll go for a pint day, and we'll just go for we'll do this, we'll get a wee bit of food, and then became a couple of day drinking session, and all the players who were playing the next day came down the night before, then we just all got drunk together, so it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
Good couple of days.
Di, who famously caught you out with the fire extinguisher on when you were a guest on the Andy Campbell show.
Yeah, I know.
He says,
Secret Sam.
fact or fiction, dog food and cat food has to be fit for human consumption before it can be sold to the public.
Yeah, that's the fact, mate.
Is it really?
Is it?
Is that because some stupid person would just eat it?
Nah, yeah, I think it is. I think it is because in case somebody poisons himself. Because I seen somebody on a TV show doing it once. I did. I promise you. So, not like. Well, let's be honest. It was better than that question earlier on. I would probably rather tuck into a can of flimming Whiskers than I would flimming a jobby flavoured curry.
Indeed. Jack says, Ramsey or Kumas at Cardiff?
What? What, square go? Square go, both of them, mate.
Yeah, but you've got to pick one. So would you rather, innit?
Would I rather
have
what,
to
fight
pick one.
I'd fight them in a street.
If you had to pick them as a player in your team.
As a player?
And it's specific to their time when they were at Cardiff.
Oh, well, I'd go with Rambo.
Age on his side at the time as well, didn't he?
Nah, just because he used to drive
He's quality, mate.
a checkered. He used to drive a green Fiesta with a checkered roof. That's why.
Oof.
That's
Oof.
why.
So I think that's a lot of would you rather's this week.
I never seen Kumi play for
would you
Cardiff
rathers.
really in his prime. Only seen him when he was kind of the second spell where he never got a lot of games and stuff. So.
Who's that, Ramsey or Kumas?
No, I'm talking about Kumi.
Yeah, quality, mate.
He was
Jason
good.
Kumas
No, he was brilliant. He was one of the best.
Real
players.
quality.
He used to play these possession boxes and he never went in. Never ever went in. Was that good? It's one of the best passes of the ball I've ever seen.
Should have had so many more caps for Wales, I think, Jason Kumas. He was just one of those, he just never
He should have played more games. I think he should have just came back to Cardiff straight away. He stayed.
Well, when he left Cardiff, it didn't go as well for him, did it? But
he
Cardiff,
lingered at
seemed
West
to be
Brom.
settled.
He lingered at West Brom for so long now. The players should just go places where they're loved and they just can play and they'll get the best out of the boys. Yeah.
He played from 1997 to 2015, but he only made 422 appearances. That's like he had a stint at Tranmere and West Brom, where he made like 100 and odd appearances. He made 40 odd for Cardiff on loan the first time round, and then another 20. But then he did play quite a lot of games, like for each club.
He's a quality player. He did. But I just thought he went through a spell at West Brom where he wasn't playing, and he should have just went to Cardiff.
Yeah, come back for a longer spell.
Yeah.
He should have signed. I always wanted them to sign him permanent. Like
he was quality.
Shame they didn't. He played for Wales 34 times, mate. Scored 10 goals. Those are more than I thought he did. Actually,
he could have played
100 times.
He could have played. He could have played at top. Yeah, I think he was top 6 material of Premier League if he really
knuckled down and got injured.
Just knuckled down. Honestly, was that good?
Yeah, it's a weird one. I saw an article on Wales Online, and research just said about it, where the search for Jason Kumas, apparently he's cut himself off from football. He doesn't like it. He doesn't really speak to anyone. Doesn't do any interviews. He just one of them. Didn't really enjoy it. Don't know what it was. But
boys like that.
Quality player. He just didn't quite.
I had a Scandinavian guy who I played with, right, and he was a striker. And I used to chat to him about football. I said, it's like, doing really well this season. How you feeling about being over in Scotland and stuff? He was like, I don't really like football. I think this is what he said. He was like, I don't really. Thinking of maybe writing a book and maybe just. I'll play as long as I keep getting paid. That's what he said. He was like, as long as I get paid the right money, I'll just keep playing. I don't really like football that much.
That's mad, that is.
It's like, holy. I'm not saying it was, but that's just what you said there.
It's mad. Did he carry on playing?
Crazy. He went to a couple of good clubs. He got paid good money.
But he didn't give up.
Well, I tell you, if you've seen him running, you would think, he's gave up about 10 years ago. His effort levels were.
Can I ask you, if I ask you a question, right?
Yes.
And I ask you who it is, I'll only have one guess. If I guess right, will you tell me?
You won't know who it is.
Okay.
Because
the person who I was thinking wasn't Scandinavian either, so I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, you won't get it right, mate.
Okay. What else we got? There was a couple of good questions there. What we got? Kay Childs, Robert Earnshaw or Andy Campbell?
As in what? Just to pick?
Yeah.
Well, I've never. Do you know what I seen Andy play, right? Middlesbrough versus Aberdeen. I went. I said to my dad, I was like, "Oh, who was good for Middlesbrough?" I was like, "Oh, there was a boy up front, a boy called Campbell, really, really good." Thought he'll do well. I said that to my dad. My dad always asked, like, he always wants to know about players and stuff. So, but Ernie was. See, I've not seen enough of Andy. I've only seen Andy one game. I've seen it. Obviously, trained with Ernie, played with Ernie. So I'd probably say Ernie.
Right. Jack
For
Taylor
no other
says.
reason that I've not seen Andy play enough.
Jack Taylor says Dave Jones or Malky Mackay. Do we know the answer?
Well,
to that,
just Dave, really.
Because he picked you all the time.
Yeah, because he was playing all the time under Dave.
What about Malky?
Malky was the lovely
We're
guy.
not good over
Love
it
him.
again, mate. I'm only playing.
Love him.
He's talked about it a
Love
lot.
Malcolm.
Yeah, we
Love
talked about it
Malcolm.
a lot. Do you want to know about Malky
You just
Mackay
have
and
to
Kevin
go back,
McNaughton's
man. You just have
relationship?
to go back.
Watch
We're
the
good.
previous
We're
episodes.
good. We're besties, man. We were besties, weren't we? We were besties.
Di wants to know, did Kev ever frequent Fat Sam's or Number 10 in Dundee for a session?
Yes, mate. Of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did, Di.
Renowned for it. How do you rate your time at Bolton? James Costley asks. Lots of questions tonight.
No, I did alright. When I first went alone, I did well. When I second spell got injured, and then Dougie got sacked, and then Neil Lennon came in. And I just don't know what it was. Just knew right away. I just wasn't a really big fan of it, so didn't play.
Difficult, then, isn't it?
No, I didn't play for like 2 months, and then it just kept wrangling on. I didn't play, and then he came out with someone in the press. So he's not playing at a standard. He's not training at a standard that is acceptable to play.
Did that piss you off?
Yeah, I did.
That's a question.
I phoned him. I phoned him. I said,
Professionalism.
I've not played any. Yeah, I said I've not played any. I said I've not played for about 3 months. What do you want me to do? I've been turning up every week, sort of thing. It was that. It was bad. Eh? And then he said to me, right, well, train well this week. We'll put you in the squad. And I was in the squad. Came on as a sub. And then the following game I started. And then the following game I broke my leg. A guy came in the side and I broke my leg. So if I'd have played more games for him, I think I'd have changed his mind on him, but I never ever got a chance. I never ever came on as a substitute. So I must have played about 3 games that season. That's how bad it was. So
Yeah.
I'd been judged and I'd been sentenced basically to not playing. That was it. And it's horrible because I couldn't move anywhere. I couldn't move because I was tied into a loan at Bolton that time. The first time I was able to, Cardiff could recall me. I could go back to Cardiff.
Okay. But
the second time I couldn't do it. So I was basically locked in because
stuck there.
What happened the first time was I went back to Bolton. Bolton wanted to re-sign me to the end of the season, but I ended up playing at the game against Arsenal. So they didn't want that happening again, so they tied me into some sort of... I didn't think of anything of it at the time, but I should have really... But anyway, that just what was. Just I never played, and
Yeah, Cardiff fans are not massive fans of Dougie Friedman, I got to say. But
Dougie's a good guy. I really want to be well, Doug. Yeah.
Is it? Like, I'm interested in that because when a manager says like, oh, you're not training properly or whatever, like that feels like you question.
No. It wasn't that, mate. He said it to the newspapers. He never said it to me.
Right, okay.
So I read
because if that feels like he's questioning your attitude, your professionalism, your commitment, then doesn't it? Surely. Like, obviously, I'm coming from a non-football point of view, but like I'm just thinking.
I'm just speaking.
Like if it was me, I would be pissed off.
If he'd have came to me and said it, I would have been fine. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have said, like, well, I'll try my best. I'll try.
Yeah. What more do you want from me to do?
No, I'll try. I will train harder. I'll come back after training. I'll do extra work. If you want to do it, I'll do extra work. But it wasn't that. He sent it to the newspapers. He never said anything to me. So I opened the newspaper and there was somebody asking, you keep playing guys out of position at right backs. Why aren't you? You've got a guy here on loan at right back.
Yeah. Why
aren't you playing him? And he said he's not training at a level that's acceptable. So
it's a weird one, that, isn't it?
So that was what it was. So it wasn't anything. And I didn't mind Neil. I got on quite well with him, but for that reason, it was like I kept saying to him, like, I've never gone through a period in my career where I've never played as much games as so I was going and playing a reserve game once every 2 or 3 months, and it was hard work. It was like I was so far off it. I even felt myself. I was like, I need to be playing more because I'm miles off it. See, if you don't play regularly, honest to God, it's the same when you're injured. If you're injured for a length of time. So was injured for a length of time. Hadn't played for about 2 or 3 months. Then I was trying to get back into playing again. It was horrendous. But I wasn't ever given a chance. So
yeah.
It was
tough times, mate.
It was horrendous. I hated it. I hated the second spell. Really, honestly. If you'd asked me, what do you want to do next? I was just like, I could have said, I'll chuck it. I hate it. I hate football at that point. But then I went to Wigan, and it was the opposite. They were so positive about things, but then I got another bad injury at Wigan. But that was I enjoyed Wigan.
How old were you then? You must have been like late.
I was 33 or something like that. 33, 34. So I went to Wigan after that, and Wigan was a really good club in terms of looking after players. And I got bad injury again. I had 3 years of bad injuries after that. After I broke my leg, I did something else, and then I did something else, which you can't really. It's just part and parcel of football. You sometimes get bad injuries.
I think when you get them into your sort of mid-30s, it becomes more difficult to come back with each one. I imagine.
I broke my leg. I ripped my hamstring off the bone, and then I ruptured my Achilles. So it was like three of the worst injuries you could probably do in the space of 3 years at the age of 30. So after that, and my hip, I had arthritis in my hip, so it was everything just accumulated to me not being able to play football again. So.
Yeah, it's tricky then, isn't it? So we're getting to the point where we're supposed to go to our top 10 list, which we're top 10 movie trilogies and franchises. But we haven't done Dear Kev's yet, mate. And we still got loads of questions, and we talked about football. What's going on?
What are we doing, man? Why are we talking about football? Let's go back.
We leave it in the hands of the people. So there's a load of would you rathers from the people who've still. So I'm going to just read them out quick.
Go on, fire them out.
Give one word answers. Darren Purcell, Mark Hudson.
That's a horrendous question. Ask me.
It's a hard one.
I can't. I love them both. I love them people. We got promoted with Huds, so I'll go Huds.
Okay. Would you rather Scotland win the Euros this year or Cardiff get promoted and stay in the Premier League for a few seasons?
Scotland win the Euros? Are you kidding me? Scotland win the Euros?
No,
that's never going to fucking happen.
It's not even
happen.
close.
That might happen, Cardiff, but that is never going to happen. So I will always pick that one.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Isn't it? Reese says, would you ever write a book about your time as a footballer?
Oh, yes. I think we should just
illustrate it yourself as well.
I think we should have suggestions throughout. And the bit, no, what that's the quiz. The best name for a book that I would write. Yes.
There you go.
We'll win the prize tonight.
There you go. So if you want to win the signed scribblings of Super Kev McNaughton tonight, plus a print from his art, you have to come up with the best name for Kevin McNaughton's autobiography, and we will pick a winner at the end of the show. The very last thing we'll do. Okay, so before we go into our top 10 movie trilogies stroke franchises of all time, we are going to have our Dear Kevs.
Yes, let's do this.
So they're quite long, so I'm going to kind of
for
paraphrase them
God's
down
sake,
a little
man.
bit.
For God's
they've-
sakes.
They've both asked to remain anonymous, which is always
Well, come on,
interesting.
What I've got to make up names again. Betty.
Yeah,
Betty
yes,
and
no, we
Ruby.
had Betty last week, didn't we?
No, what
So
Betty?
someone else.
Agnes.
Agnes and Stefan. Okay,
That's a good one. Stefan.
so Agnes is in the bathroom.
Oh, for fuck's sake, what's she doing?
She's doing a business.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2. And
No,
Stefan.
are we jobby?
Stefan is he's late for work. He's got to brush his teeth.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Stefan. Fucking set your
So-
alarm properly.
He walks in, starts brushing his teeth.
There you go.
Agnes is like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you doing?" Stefan says, "Brushing my teeth," and she's
Fucking
like,
late for work.
"I'm having a
Fucking late for work. I didn't set my
So-
alarm right. I'm late for work.
Yeah.
Stop shiting in front of us.
Her opinion is that when she's in the bathroom, that's like privacy, innit? You're not allowed to come in. You don't come in.
How long have they been seeing each other for? We've got a bio here. We've got bios.
No, he's over 2 years.
Oh, for fuck. Listen,
He did say that
That'd be
she's
white
fine.
arse,
She's
it's
fine if he
that.
comes in the bathroom
look at this. I'd be
when
like
he's
that.
having
Look at the
when
size
she's
of
having a wee, but she
Listen.
feels like
See, if I did a monster jobby, I'd be sending her in and be like, come see this. Come
come and have a look at this.
and have a look what I've just done here. Come on. See, so this conversation ends now. He should wander in there and tell you, stop shiting while I'm getting my teeth done. That's what he should say.
Well,
Plus-
it does say she's happy with him. She doesn't mind him coming in to brush his teeth or do
No.
whatever when
No,
she's having
she's
a
no
wee.
option. She's no option now. It's been over 2 years. You're past the stage of, oh, I don't
Romanticism.
poo. Oh, my poo smells like
Yeah,
potpourri.
no fluffing
No.
in front of each other.
No, this
Come
is
on.
not. You have to get real now. Just both
So
do
is everyone
jobbies,
on board
okay?
with that? Does everyone agree with
I
that?
think everybody should be on board with this. And
So the
what
advice
Stefan,
is
Stefan, set your
that
alarm
Agnes
clock, never
needs to
be
get a
as
grip.
late. Get up there and brush your teeth quicker.
Right. So the advice would be Agnes needs to just get over
Agnes,
herself,
chill the fuck out. Everybody does shite, alright?
and,
Yours
and
might-
Stefan needs to
Yours
manage
might
his time
stink
properly.
more. Listen, yours might stink more than most, but you need to just chill and let him in. But listen, if he wandered in there and brushed his teeth, he's not going to stare at you while you're doing a jobby. He's not going to be like that, pure.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the fact you're doing a job. He's trying to brush
Oh my
his teeth.
God.
He's late.
He's going to be facing the other way. He's not going to be staring at you as you're doing a jobby, so he puts you off your jobby. Because that would be disturbing. Like if you're trying to get a
He
jobby.
stood there staring at it like a brushing his teeth like a just like nose to nose. Would that
Yeah,
be
that-
more?
that
Would that
would
be
be-
more
that
or
would
less
be
disturbing if he knelt down next to her, held her hand, and went push as if she was having a baby?
No.
What's
Can't
more
do that.
disturbing?
Well, the push. Fucking hell. And then, what happens when you hear the wee plop? You're like, yeah!
It's
a
a
boy!
boy.
That's not right, that.
It's nasty. So Stefan, sort your time management out. Agnes,
Yes, Agnes, get a
Come
grip,
on.
man. We've all
got
seen
some
each other doing
cracking names for your autobiography, which we'll go through at the end because I want to get them all together. I want to get them all together so we don't miss any, and then you can pick one.
Can't wait.
Next up was a Dear Kev, which this one's interesting because me and you are of pretty much the same generation, my friend.
Yes.
You're from Scotland, I'm from Wales. We both swear a lot.
Yes.
The basic, paraphrasing it down, is Johnny and don't know what should you call her, Ashley. Johnny swears like a trooper. Doesn't mind swearing in front of his kids. Doesn't swear at his kids, but he does swear in front of them.
Okay.
But what did I call her? What did I say her name? Ashley. She's not having it at all. She thinks it's disgusting. Don't swear in front of the kids because they'll start swearing and
Okay.
blah 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 blah.
So what
The
you
kids,
want me to
just
say?
for context, the kids are 7 and 4. So, what do you think?
Well, I don't think they should be
Who
swearing.
do you
in front
think's
of
in the
kids.
right, and what
Well,
should they do?
if she doesn't want her kids hearing swear words, then that's fine. I would say stop swearing in front of the children. I know they get the odd one out. I've done it myself. The odd one sprays out there. You know the way. Oh, for fuck's sake! And then you go. Whoa,
Yeah.
Then
You stub
we've all done
your
it.
toe, or
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Get the fuck, you cunt.
yeah.
Ah, for fuck, you fat bastard. Sometimes, you know, oh, you cunt.
Get out the
you
room.
prick. Ah, you prick. Sometimes, you know, like, you
Yeah.
damage someone, you know.
Mm.
Swansea score, oh, cunt. And then you go, oh, fuck. You know, something like that. Something happens.
Yeah.
And then, you know, those wee ones come out every now and again, but if you're like effing this and effing that,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
interesting.
effing and, I wouldn't be blaring
Effing
it
and
out all the
jeffing.
time. Yeah, effing and jeffing all the time. I would say the odd one comes out, you just go. I mean, I've done it before in the car, and I've heard my kids in the back going, "Ah, shit." Like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, one of them
Especially
ones
when they're like young. Like,
Yeah,
I
when
think
they're
the
proper
worst
young.
age is like about 2.
You
Because
hear, I
they-
know,
then they
you hear 2
copy-
3-year-olds in the back going, "Shit."
Yeah. Cunt. And over and over again in the back of the car. Then you're waiting. I think I had something like that happen to me. I can't remember what the swear word was. I was driving, got to pick my missus up with 2 of my kids in the car when they were like probably 6 and 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I must have sworn, and I've parked up outside to pick her up, and I'm waiting for her to walk down, and then in the background going, shit, fuck, because they've copied me, and I'm like, shh, stop it! It's like a race against time, as she's walking towards the car, and they're still swearing, and I'm like, shit!
It's hard, isn't it?
It's difficult, but you shouldn't swear in front of kids.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Really.
It
But
happens,
to a certain age, though, I think, as well. Like, so for instance, my kids now are 16, 14, and 12. So I let out more swear
Yeah,
words
so it's
with
put
them
it
in the
out,
vicinity
kids
now
are-
than
must
I
admit,
ever
like,
have.
I occasionally swear, and then I think, oh, my kids don't really pick up on it. They think,
Just as
don't know
normal
why,
because
they're
you're
just-
Scottish, isn't it?
yeah. But
They hear
at
it.
the same time,
They-
I don't
as soon as
do
they
it.
go to
I
high
don't
school-
just like,
Yeah, just let it out.
Get the fuck, yeah, fuck. You know, don't just swear
Yeah.
at the top of voice
Just-
all the time. Just occasionally,
Yeah, of
when
course.
you know, when gathered
I know what
and
you
stuff
mean,
like
mate. And the other thing as well, mate, is like, once they get to high school, that's all they do is swear anyway, when they're talking to their friends.
that.
and doing
Then they
stuff.
come home and they're like, oh, no, hello,
It is
Dad.
what it is.
I love you, mate. Oh, I love you. I love you, Dad. That's the reason I left England, by the way. My son was speaking English.
I know you said that a couple of episodes
And I
ago,
was
didn't
like,
you?
oh, yeah.
Daddy,
Hey, Daddy,
Daddy, can we
have
go
a
to the
great day.
park?
Yes, it's a great day at school. I was like, oh, no. Right. That's
No, pack your bags.
That's my football career over down here. We're heading home.
Cheers, Dougie. Cheers for the opportunity. See you later.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
He would have understood as well. He'd have been
Yeah.
like, no problem, Kev.
No bother.
No bother. Right. Do you want to do the top 10 movie franchise stroke trilogy of
Just
all
do it,
time? Or do you want to have a look at the book titles first?
Just do book titles first. Just
Okay, because there's some belters.
is
Belters.
a belt.
So I'm going to go to the start of them. Okay, so we got Jack Taylor says "I'll Let You Shag My Wife" by Kevin McNaughton.
That's not bad.
Alan Jones says "Pulling Pins and Rolling Skins." Kate
Cool.
Childs says "Naughtiness" with Kevin McNaughton.
Nice. Taking
Mark
notes
Thomas says "Right Back to the Changing Room." Nice wordplay.
Oh yes,
Like
yes.
it.
Nice wordplay there. Yes, Mark. Nice.
Reese David Evans says Kev, hunting down wives and titles. I like it. Di says 30 goals and 38 years.
30.
30
Goals?
goals and 38 years.
30
Did you
goals.
score 30 goals?
Never scored 30 goals in my fucking puff die. What have you been smoking tonight, mate? 30 goals. You mean 3
I
goals?
thought that I thought this comment was Gavin giving you a book title, and then I realised it was from earlier when we were talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
Go brush your teeth somewhere else. It's like,
That's a
that is a great
That's
name
a
for a book.
cracking name.
Kevin McNaughton's
That's good
autobiography.
winner.
Literally, nobody else would know what the hell it was about except the people who watched this podcast. Craig says, footballers' lives and fans' wives. I like that one.
Oh,
That's a good one, that is.
that's like that.
Um,
Yes,
Jack
I like that
Taylor says, from Dundee to Wembley by Super Kev.
one. That's not bad as well.
Some good ones, mate, isn't it? Gavin says, Super Fox, Bluebird Legend. Rob Boyle says, Kevin Malky, Band of Brothers. Classic from Rob.
Classic Rob. Classic Rob, that is.
Yes, indeed. Jack Taylor says, Every Silver Lining by Kevlar.
That's good,
Like
that
it.
one.
It's a
I
good
like
one.
that one. Every silver lining. There's nobody on any stupid ones yet. That's the nobody knows.
Well, there
me
we go then.
Well enough.
Reese,
Come on then.
Reese says, Every hole has a goal by Kevin McNaughton.
There you go. That's the sort of
That's
more
the
the stuff we're
classic.
after.
That's
Every
a
goal
classic.
is a goal.
What else we got?
Who's that? His
If
name's
I was
going
from
down the line.
Swansea, I'd have 14 fingers. Okay. Career total, Di Llewellyn says, your career total goals is 30
6.
goals.
30? It's not 30. I tell you that for a fact. I've not scored 30 goals. I've scored 6 goals. Maximum 6. First goal against Livingston.
Let's have a look. Shall we? If we go off
Livy-
Wikipedia,
Livy twice.
Wikipedia says you've scored
Kilmarnock.
5 goals.
6 goals I've scored.
You scored 1 for
Barnsley,
Cardiff, 1 for
Hereford.
Bolton, and 3 for Aberdeen.
6 goals. I've scored 6 goals.
And you scored 1 in the testimonial as well, didn't you? So
No,
that counts
no,
as
no,
the
that
6.
doesn't count. I scored against.
So 3
my
for,
first goal
3
was
for
against-
Aberdeen.
Scored 2 against Livingston. I scored 1 against Kilmarnock. I scored 1 against Hereford. I scored 1 against Barnsley for Cardiff. And then I scored 1 for Bolton. So there's 6.
But you've got
Barnsley goal. It's on YouTube. It's a cross that the keeper drops and it goes in.
There we go.
It's my goal. It's still my
So
goal.
there you go. 6 goals. Well done.
6. Take it.
What else we got? You got any book titles?
I'll take 30 though.
Jack Taylor says, the day I fingered Stephen Thompson
Well, they only did it with
by
one
Kevin
hand.
McNaughton.
They only did it with one hand. Steady.
Rob Boyle says, silver hair and curried poo.
That's a bit more Robbie. That's a bit more boily. Right, we'll
Reese says, crutches and clunge.
Crotches and clunge. It's a wee bit.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
probably not going to win, but
Yeah.
it's got there though. It's good.
There's some cracking titles, both funny and some good ones as well.
Yes.
I like it. What was that
the-
one? Someone else
what
sent
was
me as well.
I'm trying to think of the top.
What was it?
few.
Someone else sent me one. Pulling pins and breaking limbs.
Pulling pins and breaking limbs.
Yeah, pulling pins is in the fire extinguisher.
Ah, that is
breaking
brilliant.
limbs.
There
is
you
in
go.
Breaking
Oh,
bones. What else we got? Rob Boyle says the name of your book. Get in the bin, you cunt. That's it. You like that?
Yes, Rob. Rob is fighting back. Yes, Rob. I love that. This is what we're after. We want to see Rob fucking raging.
Want
Coming
to see
back.
the people fight back.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Right,
Potential
think-
trilogy coming up.
I think I read out everyone's.
I've got a winner.
Have you
got
got
a
a
winner.
winner? Do you
Yeah,
want
I've
to
got
give people a couple of more minutes, or do you want to
Yeah.
leave it there?
Well, we'll go to the next thing, and if they keep popping them in, Might be
You've got,
a
but
few
you,
at the end,
yeah.
right,
So you've got a winner, and then it's just if someone can come up with a
somebody
better one in the
trumps that.
meantime.
I've got somebody here that's good, but can you do a Rob Boyle and produce something extraordinary, something special?
Something special.
Like,
Last minute.
Chuck this in the bin.
Fergie time equaliser, because we're going to have to do this list a bit quicker today because we've had so many questions. Just don't know where to start.
Right, what we did?
Top 10 trilogy stroke movie
We'll go straight to Rob.
franchises
What's Rob got?
of all time. Yeah, what's Rob got? Come on, Rob.
Come on, Rob.
One thing I can tell you all, I'm just going to tell you now, Kev, I'm going to tell the people that the Avengers and the Matrix have already won.
Nope.
And that's it. There's
Nope.
no conversation about it.
This is another one that's got to be above that.
Nothing is above those.
There is.
So you got
I'm waiting on somebody saying it so I can just go.
James
start
says
applauding.
Back to the Future.
Nope.
See,
But it's good.
I wouldn't.
It's good, but it's
it's
not right.
decent, but I still stand by. Back to the Future 1 is good. Back to the Future 2 is pretty good. Back to the Future 3 is utter gash.
No, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that, mate. Just move on.
James Costley says Die Hard. It also
Not bad.
says The Godfather. Yes, good shout. I love The Godfather. Craig says Star Wars.
Yes, there's two.
Star Wars.
Get
can
that.
Piss fuck
Stick
right
that
off.
in your Avengers. Shove that right up your Avengers.
Star Wars can piss right off.
What?
Star Wars. Gosh.
Excuse me?
I like
Star Wars is
the.
gash.
I like the
Excuse me?
original 3.
So we mean you want a square go?
Whiskey time. The prequels, which
want
they
a square
brought
go?
out. Square go. You want a square go with me, pal?
What did you say about Star Wars? It's one of the greatest
the
films ever
prequels
known.
I don't like.
What
The
you-
ones they did
I'm
with
talking
like
about the real
Ewan
stuff.
McGregor.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
real
the first
stuff. Han
3,
Solo.
quality. Yeah, quality.
Well then,
I love that.
you sit down there and you
The
never
prequels,
say that again.
gosh.
Well, yes.
I haven't seen the newest ones, so I can't comment on them.
I'm not talking about the old Phantom, whatever it's called, Phantom
Phantom
Tits.
of the Menace.
Phantom Tits and the other ones. I'm talking about
Clone Wars.
Empire Strikes Back. I'm talking about A New Hope. I'm talking about Return of the Jedi.
Jedi. Yeah.
There's a trilogy for you.
That's it. I'll give you that. Hangover. Jack says Hangover.
Come on, you can't even
Um,
mention that in the same breath as the
Same
old.
breath. Cade
It's
Childs
Star Wars.
says Terminator.
The first two, I'll give you that. The last thing was horrendous.
Die Hard. Terminator. Despicable Me. That's Rob Boyle says
that has to be
Despicable
Rob.
Me
That
is the best
I
trilogy of
knew-
all time.
That was Rob. As soon as I heard that, I knew it was Rob. I knew it.
Yeah, it's gash. Come on, Rob. Fuck it. Mark
See
Thomas
if
says
Moana.
Karate
See if
Kid.
Moana had a trilogy. If
Yeah,
Moana had
Moana.
a trilogy, that had been mentioned. Karate Kid. Oh, come on now.
Oh, God.
Come on.
I'm not even sure I can read that out.
Who's that?
That
Come
book
on.
title.
Who's that?
I'm
Who
not
said
sure I
that?
should read that book title out, mate. I gotta be honest, I won't have to tell you
What?
that one in private. Jack Taylor's just sent a book title in, and it says, I Smashed Sean Massey by Kevin McNaughton.
See, that's
It's disgusting and degrading.
It's
You should be
just
ashamed
degrading,
of
yes.
yourself.
Can't-
How? It's absolutely
just
disgusting.
trying my best to avoid that situation, even though it gets played at the start of the show
Over.
every time,
Over
again. I could never get to forget it.
Rob Boyle says Men in Black. Lord of the Rings from Craig. Indiana
Is there a-
Jones from Reese.
See, is there not like a certain point where we can just go to that? Rob, you've overstepped the Robness.
Is it that
your
time to
boilness.
put him on mute?
You just need to just go up. Just need to go right. Too boiled. You've just went overboiled. You've overboiled.
Yeah, that's a good
what
one.
you do. There's a button we need to press. Overboiled.
Need like a graphic, don't we? Which just
Overboiled.
says overboiled. So we got a couple. Lord of the Rings. Craig and James both said that. I don't like Lord of the Rings, but you know it's popular and
Well,
stuff. Isn't it?
You don't like The Godfather?
Oh, I love The Godfather. Classics, mate.
Greatest ever.
The Bourne films, Jason Bourne. They're pretty good.
Yeah, no bad.
Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, good. I suppose
Good
it's better
effort.
write some of these
What
down.
about? I'm going to put something out of left field. Does anybody watch A Fistful of Dollars?
Fistful of dollar. No.
Yeah, it's just me. I've shown my age. I love westerns.
Okay. That's why you like Back to the Future 3, innit?
Yes, that's why I like that one, mate.
It's gash.
Fuck away, you go.
Gash.
It's not gash. There's nothing
Stop.
gash about it.
Right, what was
McFly.
the ones which we said definitely? Matrix, Star Wars, original trilogy.
No, you said
What else was
no,
it?
Matrix is good.
Matrix.
Lord of the Rings has been there. Star Wars has been there. What about Batman?
Avengers.
The Batman the trilogy.
Which one? The Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
That's
I
a
like
cracker, mate. That's a pure cracker.
that. Dark Knight.
What about Mad Max?
See, I do like them. I'm just not sure if they're right up in that top 10.
What about Blade?
Ah, yeah, now you're talking. See, Blade is, I think, is quality.
Inception.
In quality. It's not a trilogy, child, come on.
Rush Hour. Rush
Harry
Hour.
Potter. from Rob
Indiana
Boyle.
Jones.
Oh, no.
Rush Hour.
Well, yeah,
Indiana
Rob
Jones.
Boyle says Indiana Jones.
Is that a trilogy though? Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There must be a third one.
There is the Crystal Skull, but it's crap, that one. There's another one though, is there? No, there's only two. And then
that's
there's
an
that Crystal Skull and it's shite.
Yeah.
Should he be mentioned?
Interesting one. James Costley says the Cornetto trilogy, which is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At
That's not a trilogy.
World's End.
Not a trilogy.
It's not a proper trilogy.
Not a
is it?
trilogy, mate. Get a rest, James. Then you
Um,
come here acting all smart with your trilogies when they're not
Gavin.
even trilogies. Gav, what you got for us?
Gavin says Independence Day, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Gav,
Isn't there only two of those?
Gav, you've overstepped the mark here, mate. Dude, come on, mate. There's two films.
Embarrassing yourself.
You're embarrassing yourself on a podcast. Live, mate. This is live. People are watching this. Just threw my pen away. I'm so disgusted. Didn't even mean to. Big black mark on my wall now because of that plumbing comment. Right.
Harry
next.
Potter.
Oh, for God's sake.
Not having that, mate.
Hate Harry Potter. Hate it. Hate that wee specky fool.
What
Hate
about
that wee...
The Naked Gun?
Oh,
Classic.
You're
Naked Gun
out of there,
trilogy.
striker.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 guaranteed at the moment.
Naked Gun has to be in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ocean's
my dog.
11, 12 and 13.
Ocean's 11, 12, 13. Nope.
Nah. Alien.
Oh, yes. That could be good.
Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills
new
Cop.
guest. You want to meet a new guest?
Yeah,
Here he
special
is.
guest.
There's a special guest.
Yeah.
Here he
The
is.
big dog. The big dog.
The Ted Meister.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. Oh,
Austin Powers.
you smoking a pancake? Yes, not bad.
What about James Bond?
Oh, well then.
So
Not a trilogy.
It's a movie franchise though, isn't it?
It's a franchise.
Because we allowed Avengers, because there was 4 of them.
We didn't allow that. You allowed it because you love
just-
it. You
I just said
basically masturbated over Avengers. You were like, Avengers.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You had an absolute Iron Man
James
on
Bond.
for Iron Man. You basically had that glove on. See the glove with all the stones on it, mate. You were
Click the
basically
fingers.
doing
It's
that.
all over, brother. It's all over.
You're doing that to the Avengers with the glove
Avengers, a symbol. Right. There doesn't seem to be any more suggestions for the book. Can't see any. So, would you like to announce the winner of this week's giveaway is the doggy. The doggy going nuts. The doggy going
on.
nuts.
No, my dog likes a fight. Right, the winner is like you. Beat it.
Beat it. Beat
Uh,
it. Only could
Pulling
be-
pins and breaking limbs. I don't know who
Pulling
said that.
pins and breaking limbs. I'll tell you right now, as soon as I find it. That was ages ago. Loads of comments ago.
Was there been any more? That's what I'm saying. Is there any more?
No,
good
there
ones?
has been no more since then. No, there was one or two that were already said.
My dog might bite this. Whoa.
Ooh. Yeah, get drool included. I can't find it. Pulling pins and breaking limbs. No, where's it gone?
There's definitely somebody said
It
that.
was the big man. It was Alan sent it to me. So it's not. Yeah, Alan, pulling pins and breaking limbs. Alan Johns.
What's it, Jonesy boy? After
was.
his first shout was horrendous. Well done, Al. You've won yourself. Agnes doing a shite on your pan there. That's what you've won. There you go.
Congratulations, you can frame
Congrats,
that, put
mate.
it in your living room.
Congrats, buddy. And you've got a signed jobby. A signed jobby. Got to frame that for you,
Indeed.
buddy.
Beautiful.
A couple of flies
Beautiful.
over it. What else we got? Pulling pins and breaking limbs. We've got Kev's top, whatever.
Top 10
Sai
list.
there. Sai wearing the hat. That's,
Quality, mate.
I think I
Quality,
need to
mate.
actually add to it.
Yeah, there's like a gap by there, isn't there?
There is a
Just
recap
slightly
there.
off. Look at you better the gap. Rob Boyle.
I need to draw Rob.
Watching Moana.
I need to find my pen. Oh, I threw my pen off the wall, didn't I? Sorry.
You did, yeah. So
Look
guys,
for it.
also, I did the link for donation to Weekend for Isla is flashing across the bottom of the screen now, but I've also put it in the comments, and I'll put it back in there again. If you can donate anything, obviously it's a phenomenal cause. No matter how small or big the donation may be, it all makes a difference. And at the end of the day, just want this little girl to be able to get the treatment that she needs. So I urge you all to donate whatever you can. I'm literally posting the link on all of the different platforms now. If you could spare anything, would be fantastic. I thank you. We thank you for joining us as ever.
It's been fun as always, my friend.
Top 10 trilogies of all time, mates. Okay.
It's been fun.
Godfather,
Yes.
Matrix, Star
Yes.
Wars original,
Yes.
Avengers, Dark
Yes.
Knight,
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones.
Hold on.
Yeah, we removed Indiana Jones, didn't we?
No. Hold on. Have we
Hold
we said Toy Story?
No, we have not.
What's that? Why has that not been included?
Because it's shite.
How dare you say that about Woody?
Toy Story, Godfather.
That's one of the best films you'll ever see, and you've just
Hello,
rubbished it.
my old friends.
And you want the Avengers. You and your
Crocodile
Avengers.
Dundee. I'd rather have Shrek in than
I'd rather
Toy Story.
What? Woody
So
and Buzz.
last-
One of the best films ever seen.
and
It was
also
like-
that.
What?
What else we got? Shrek.
Oh my god.
Taken.
Don't. Alright, never say Taken again.
They're not good.
That is-
Reese wants to know if his suggestion for every hole was a goal must have been a close runner-up.
That was very,
in the
very close,
competition.
mate. It was so close. I went for, I don't know why, I just thought it was a bit clever, that last one. Even though your one was hit my humour spots. Every hole's a goal.
Indeed.
But just fell short, mate. Just fell short of the cleverness. Good effort.
So we got Lord of the Rings, Naked Gun, Alien, James Bond, Toy Story, and that's it. It's 10. So should I read them
We've made it,
again?
mate.
Just for
We've
you,
made
mate? But,
No,
yeah.
mate, we don't want to hear anymore because I'm still fuming.
It's absolutely tamping.
With Toy Story not being in there. Mad Max not in there. Naked Gun in there, yes. Was
Yeah.
Naked Gun in there?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Hope so.
Indeed. Kev, as ever, mate, it's an absolute pleasure.
We've made it. We've got there in the end again.
So,
We've made it
done
through
it.
without killing each other.
Yeah,
We've enjoyed each other's
always
company.
fun, mate. Always fun. But it's not. It wouldn't be the same without the people. And as ever, we are grateful to you all. Thank you to the people. I think it was.
It's never a shame about the guys.
Someone sent super chat on YouTube. We always appreciate that. There's a question now. Gaz wants to know: did you finish up the show logo, Kev? Painting it.
Nope.
We talked about that the other day.
Not
No, we
started
did
it.
not.
I've not even started it. There you go.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
What kind of logo would you like, guys? Can we have some suggestions?
Well, I think it should be a picture of me and you, mate.
Well,
Surely.
I can do that. That can be done. I can do just like
caricatures.
we can do like a beard off. That's what we can do, like a pure. Obviously, mine will be like pure Sparta.
This is Sparta, and mine will
what
be
I
like Begbie
like-
off Train Spotting.
Like,
Like,
no cunt leaves till I find out what cunt did it.
pure
You-
patchy.
You could be throwing a pint and I could be throwing a spear, mate. That's what we can do.
Yeah,
You're throwing a
we
pint,
go.
I'm throwing a spear.
Kay Childs, who was watching the show for the first time today, says to finish off, have you got any plans for another tattoo?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, I'm going to get Cy and Kev and a big love
With a
heart on my bum.
Yeah.
Just right, a big, next to Cornerstone, obviously. If you'd been watching before, you would know why I
You
had
would
that on
know.
there.
Yeah.
But, That is what I'm
Kev
after,
already
mate.
got his ass out on the show.
you know what I'll do? I'll get two beards. One majestic and flowing, and the other one withered.
Like a crack.
Like,
Like Renton
Withered.
of Train Spotting.
but
Just like
but
pure
withered,
patchy
but,
and just...
withered but wholesome.
Yeah.
Two of them facing each other, just
Nose to nose.
nose to nose, mano y mano, beardo y beardo. That's what we'll do.
Reese says, quick question for Kev, please, Si.
Yes.
Any news on the Under the Cosh live performance? Not heard anything, and it's supposed to be this month. How dare
not
you
hap- no, I don't
discuss
think it's hap-
another podcast on this show?
Well, let's be honest.
Just
You've been
the
two-timing.
disrespect.
You've been two-timing the life out of me with this.
Well, in
show.
fairness, they're all on the same channel.
No,
I know.
don't, mate. Don't pretend you've not been in bed with other people.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, you drink your red thing. Because
Under the Cosh is not happening this month, I can tell you that much.
it's not.
And-
Because of COVID, mate. There's a global
COVID.
pandemic. We can't
Indeed.
just all just decide, you know what, well, fuck the rules. We're just all going to have a fucking right old laugh and watch Kev. We can't do it, guys. It has to be postponed to a later date, which I think the tickets will still stand for. Hopefully, the later date will be announced. So that's your answer to your question.
The answer to your
It won't
question,
be happening
Chris.
unless everybody gets jabbed in the next 10 minutes.
I'm having my my COVID jab.
Are you
next
getting a wee
week.
jab? I'll give you a jab, mate.
Next week. Jab with the
I'll
left.
give
roll
you a
with the right.
jab, mate. I'll give you a jab. If I don't have this slot every week.
Indeed. So we'll be back. So we're normally every other. We're trying to get it down to every other week. I think was the plan,
Minimum.
wasn't it?
Every other week. Minimum. This is 7
Every
shows.
other week.
Pure quality
7
shows.
Pure quality. You won't get this
7
quality. You will
you
not
won't-
get this
you
quality
won't get this kind of-
anywhere else.
You don't get signed jobbies anywhere else. I don't think any other podcast gives away free, like, signed jobbies.
No. I'm pretty sure that most podcasts don't give away prizes every single episode either. Just
Yep.
saying.
I know. That's same as me, mate. I don't
Just
think it happens.
saying.
Don't think it ever happens.
Just saying. But Cade says he'll definitely be back next time. Rob Boyle
Cade.
says always a pleasure.
Thank you for the beard comment, Ken. Great to see you, mate. What we want now is some real quality answers from you now, Ken. If you're going to be involved in this,
You've got to up
you've
your
got
game.
to step your game up, mate. You can't just be saying nice beard and that. You need to really up it and go, oh, Moana's the best film ever.
Questions.
And then we might take a wee bit of interest.
There you go. And that's what we'll finish on. Reese David Evans said, this is the #1 podcast anyways. The others are bang average in comparison. That's all you need to know.
That's, well, Reese, hit the nail on the head, mate.
Indeed. Kevin, always a pleasure, my friend.
Always
Hopefully
good, my friend.
we'll be back.
We'll be back
Looks
soon.
like Kev wants that Friday slot.
Oh.
So let's see if we can work that out.
I will slot myself right in there, mate, on a Friday.
What about if you have the Friday slot, but it becomes a weekly show?
Well, we'll try. We will always, mate. I will always try. I love a Friday. You know me. Any excuse.
Indeed. I hadn't drunk for like 10 years until I started doing this podcast.
With me.
I was pure. I was dry. I was clean shaven. I hadn't touched a drop in years. Yeah, can't wait till we do
Have
it
that
in
influence
person,
on
mate.
people, mate. Have that influence.
It's going to be awesome. It's been great,
Right.
mate.
Take it easy, buddy.
Take it easy. Enjoy. People, thank you for the support. We love it. Spread the word. Tell the people about Kevin McNaughton Unscripted live. Probably going
It's
to be on
live.
Friday from now on after
Yes.
the championship show. Two legends. Two shows, one night. Fridays. That's a good tagline.
It's a cracker.
No one noticed the new intro either. I'm a bit disappointed by that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Tune goes, Kev! Game of Thrones is shite!
28 years later, it's coming out.
Yeah, that'll
Couple of years. It's coming out right out.
Robert Bolton is checking out Miss Massey, our assistant. Still in a day's work.